The game was pretty close for the most part. I thought it was really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a Dark Willow who has Tranquils go like first item Aghanim Scepter. Obviously, Ags on her is really powerful, but typically it's with attack speed, which she never ended up getting, I don't think. But still was pretty decent against the Terrorblade overall because magic damage is kind of the name of the game for that. I was a little surprised that Pango never got a Maelstrom. He had a Javelin in his inventory. I don't know if he picked it up later or what, but thought that was kind of weird. But overall, the cut, they had a somewhat steady lead, and the first time they tried to go high ground, they got kind of destroyed, and that set back the game a little bit. So the game kind of slowed down, which is when I thought that the Byzantine Raiders would maybe mount some sort of a comeback because it was only like a 3-4K net worth deficit at that time. But they ended up getting caught out like repeatedly on several heroes. Like Pango died a couple times, TA, even Naga.
With these upper echelon teams, let's say, where you have Little Nick's not farming at all, right? But the cut was always like so together and always making moves together. Whereas the Raiders, they had an XP lead. They're also bringing it back in terms of gold lead because they were splitting. So the cost of that is the risk of being split up, and so that's just like, man, it's just great late game discipline from the cut and like a little bit of pub play from the Raiders. But it did look a lot better.
Yeah, they definitely had some fun ideas at the end there to try to close things out. In particular, doubling back for the Roche and then going, wait, why don't we just smoke, turn around, and see if we can catch them on the way out? And it almost worked out. Nice. Almost worked out. I mean, credit to, of course, the Raiders of being scrappy and making it away. But had they been caught, that would have been the bookend of the game right there.
It got them the Roche, though. It got them the Roche. Yeah. It was still like a really good play in terms of resources.
Oh, yeah.
Cost.
Definitely. And it looks like we do have our winners interview here. We have none other than Pingu going to be joining us. Pingu, first off, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
And I want to say, obviously you guys are coming off of your first loss. You had to go against the big boys on the block and simply 2 base. You did unfortunately fight a tough series and fall a bit short, 0-2. Can you tell me a little bit about the team's morale? Did it take a bit to kind of bounce back for that? Was it like a one day, watch the replays, and then get focused on your next match? And were you more hungry to get the win today because of that result?
I think that loss kind of motivated us to try a bit harder. I think before that game, we weren't really screaming. We weren't really watching replays. We were kind of like more of a stack. But after that loss, we like kind of scrimmed and actually watched replays as a team and talked about like what we wanted to do. We watched like the Division 1 teams as a team, looked at their map play, and we tried to be like a bit more disciplined in our play.
That's great. That's brings a smile on my face.
I have a follow-up for that. I noticed, sorry, Sans Fan, I know you usually go first. I noticed that you warded the camp closest to, you warded the camp closest to the enemy base that was in their jungle, a very specific camp that I always see SVG warding. And I'm curious if you got that from Quincy Crew and what your thoughts are on that particular ward, if I'm describing it well enough that you...
I don't really know what word you're talking about.
It's like
Jenkins, thanks for joining us on this broadcast.
the one by the mid-tier 2. The one by the mid-tier 2.
Oh, I think I just saw some random guy in a pub do it, and I thought it was a pretty good ward spot.
You sure you didn't see it on Jenkins' YouTube channel? Is that what he's trying to fish out of here?
Oh, it's not on there.
I'm a Game Leap fan. Game Leap all the way.
Oh, come on, get out of here. Speed simp.
The truth here is SVG got it from a pubber. A pubber came up with that ward, Jenkins.
Yeah,
so go find that guy.
Okay.
That's probably true.
Mr.
Cool Pingu, can you please stop interrupting me, Jenkins? You're very rude right now. We're trying to have a civil discussion with Pingu here. So a lot of people don't know much about your team since, a lot of the teams in the lower bracket are the lower division, kind of unknown for the most part. You have a couple players here and there that have maybe some names behind them. So could you perhaps talk to us about the dynamic amongst your players? Like, who are the talkers? Who are the quiet beasts? What are the personalities like?
I think as a team, I think everybody kind of just shot calls. I think it's like mainly Vol and Lil Nick making the shot calls on plays on the map and like early rotations. I kind of help on that too. I talk mainly during draft. Tingle King's like the silent 1v9er from the offlane, and SMD's like kind of silent. He kind of talks later in the mid game, makes the late game calls. Leads us there.
All right, cool.
Good to know. So if you're the one who mostly is talking during the draft, were you chuckling a bit during that game one draft? It seemed like you had quite the opportunity given to you, being able to sneak in a Beastmaster and then still have a back pocket Lycan to pull out at the end. I'd imagine you were grinning pretty big walking away from that game one draft. Did you feel as confident as we did?
Yeah, we kind of just knew, like we were kind of confident that we just played the map well and hit our timing really fast. We've done this draft many times before, and they just had no wave clear. We were super confident they couldn't do anything to us.
Awesome.
It was a slaughter. It was a slaughter.
Now you have just
Well,
2
I'm
weeks left
sorry.
here. Oh, whoa, my bad.
I know you're trying to wrap this up, but Jenkins
He wants
hasn't
a
actually
mulligan.
asked
He wants
his
a mulligan.
question. No, I've asked. Okay, this is the deal with the post game interviews. All right, if I ask a question and they don't answer to my liking, or I don't like my question after it's been asked, I get a mulligan. I get to do that.
Okay.
Your question was horrible, Jenkins, and you said it didn't even count as you need to
It
still
wasn't
ask
horrible.
him a
I asked him
proper
where he got
question.
it from. He told me. Okay.
He said he got it from
Okay,
a pubber. That's
okay,
not okay.
okay.
That's not interesting at all. Jenkins, take
Is
over,
there-
please.
Is there, can we mute Shannon for this? How much do you guys, as a team, how much do you value player preference over playing what's overpowered and what's popular?
I think we tried to balance it. I think we always go with player preference, but if there's like strong heroes like OD and bad and stuff, we try to get like our players to learn those heroes, so then we can start picking those heroes and adding it to their pool. But like if they don't play it, we're not going to force anyone to play it in an official.
That
Good
sounds
question,
super fair.
Jenkins.
There we
Good.
go. Yeah, much more approved. I agree,
Good.
and I think that's a
Mute-
fair
mute
rule
him.
to make there, Suns fan. We'll see about the
Thank you.
mulligans in the future. I do have one last question. I'm sorry, Pingu, for us to hold you here so long, but there's only 2 weeks left. You have 2 more matches. It looks like you're potentially slotted into moving into the upper division. Are you guys getting more nervous and anxious that is becoming a reality, or are you just focused on one game at a time, and if you make it, you make it?
We're kind of just focused one game at a time. We're not really thinking that far ahead. It'd be kind of cool for us to play in Division 1, get like the experience playing for CG and Quincy Crew. We could probably get even better as a team, but it's nice that we got to play in Division 2 first. It's like more equally balanced for us, because I feel like if we go over CG or Quincy now, we're just going to get ran over like the game 1.
Awesome. That's great to hear and a humbling mindset, and we appreciate you coming on to the call and for the interview. Pingu, congratulations again, and thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Lots of support to Pingo and, of course, his team, The Cut. And I got to say, it makes me super happy. I am a huge fan of North American Dota. I always have been a fan of North American Dota. I know that when the league system started, many would look to our region and say, how the hell are they even going to fill out a lower division, let alone the upper division? And now we're hearing lower division teams say that they are working and grinding and getting back into practice in hopes of making it to D1 and playing against some of the best teams. That brings a smile to my face, and something I'm really excited for the future of NA Dota.
It's a process. It's evolution. I mean, I think the only team that's devolving is probably Arkosh Gaming. That's the only team that's not going to make it for sure. They're not going to improve at all.
Can you devolve from already being so ape-like? I mean, I feel like creatures don't devolve.
And I mean, there's bacteria. There's always something to devolve into.
That's true.
Okay?
That's
there's
true.
always a
And then
lower being in the universe.
crystals and chemicals and Big Bang and things like that.
That's
People
right,
are
very
watching their
sciencey.
games, though, and so that must mean they're doing something right. If people are watching their
True.
games, they must be doing something right. So that wraps up the day, gentlemen. It was an exciting one, but I think we can close things out from here. So why don't we go ahead and quickly get a recap on the division. I don't know if we got a recap on the lower division yet there, production. I'm putting you on the spot to bring it up. Awesome. Thank you so much. Shouts to Pithy and, of course, our producer on remote. There it is, simply 2 base sitting at top of the mountain right there, feeling pretty good that they got a D1 ticket waiting for them. But the Cut right behind them, now with a win today, score the 4-1 record, and pretty much they just coast through one more win, and they may have just guaranteed that second spot into the upper division. But you still got fighters in there. We've got the Felt still holding an undefeated record. Team Dog Champer in the middle of the pack. They're hoping that things get crazy at the top and they can tiebreaker their way into a position. But always fun stuff. It's always a fun time to kind of adventure and delve into the lower division and see the fight. And, as we said at the top of the series, these matches and games, for the most part, and if you're not talking about game number 1, they've been pretty close, and they've been hype, and more hype than a lot of our upper division matches.
I mean, game 2 was closer than anything in the upper division today. So
yeah,
and we're going to be seeing a couple of these teams in the upper division next time around. So it's good to see it, a couple months before that actually happens. Because then we can actually see like what they are like now. Because it's kind of all of these are kind of newer teams, except for Arkosh, who have been together since the dawn of man and still cannot scrap up more than 2 wins so far. But you can see how much they improve by the next season and whatnot.
And we will also check out the schedule that is unfolding this week. It is, of course, Tuesday, just the top of week number 4 action. And tomorrow, Wednesday, is going to be a blackout date. So don't worry, you're not going to miss any awesome North American Dota action, but do be back on Thursday, because let me tell you, Thursday is a doubleheader of hype action here. Black and yellow versus A-team. Sure, on paper, you're thinking this is no big deal, but these teams need this win to stay alive in the upper division. So it is going to be super intense. And then also Sad Boys versus Undying. Sad Boys, if they want a chance at a tiebreaker situation to make it to the majors, they better get a win here. Undying as well cannot afford another loss. Saturday, we return with more lower division action. And then on Sunday, it's a triple header, 2 upper division matches with EG and Quincy Crew being featured, going against A-team in black and yellow. And we'll finish off the day with Jinghu going against Sunsan's favorite, Arkosh Gaming. There. Wow! Hype week. I think the next time we're on, gentlemen, that's the hype day, though. Thursday. That is what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing a black and yellow A-team, wake up lunch, and then moving right into the Sad Boys Undying hype show. It's going to be an awesome Thursday.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we need to say more much about it or the day itself, gentlemen. Why don't we go ahead and get some rest and relax, and we'll be back on Thursday for more NA DPC action. Take care. Yeah, Jubei had played it before as well, so it seems kind of weird for them to pass on. And an immediate pickup of the Storm Spirit.
Black and yellow needs some sort of hard disable now for sure. Honestly, if you run this Eric Dong Ryoya mid on the OD, I think this does really well against Storm Spirit. And you know, I would assume that he's going to go for some sort of like hex build, which I think would be extremely good in this game. And they don't really have much punish for the OD if they do run it mid. I think that's probably the play. Maybe some sort of like
I don't
lion.
think it's particularly good this game, but we have yet to see Ryoya play Lesh, which I remember being kind of the hero at the Dota Summit where he would just dominate.
He was
Lesh is
nuts
good
on that
against
hero.
Monkey King
Do you
too.
think
Lesh is
something's
pretty good.
changed with the hero that makes him less desirable in the mid lane
Well, the
versus
Ags
that patch?
the Ags build was basically what everybody was rushing in the mid lane. So
true.
that's
Yeah,
the real
completely
problem.
changed now.
They completely changed the Ags. So off lane Lesh, it's about the same. Mage Slayer also being an item means that Lesh in like a core position is a lot worse. Off lane, it's a little better because if you're getting a Mage Slayer to deal with an off lane Lesh, it's like, well, that's an off laner, dude. What are you gonna do? Tiny, eh? Okay.
So,
Yeah, Tiny
not to
is new
keep
for
talking about
us.
a hero that's not been picked, but is Lesh Ags bad because it got buffed, and I thought it was ridiculously good before that. Essentially the decrepify on enemies and not yourself now.
I feel like it's fairly bad. I've gotten it quite a few games, and it feels.
It sounds so good though. It's weird.
It really doesn't feel like it increases your damage by that much. Like by the time that you get it, it doesn't increase your. It's good if there's like juggernauts and stuff that's gonna kill you through with physical, but then you can just get a Ghost Scepter for like half the price, and it's about the same thing.
Well, you don't use it on your. You can't use it on yourself anymore. I don't think.
It-
Oh wait,
it-
no.
it
It does,
goes
but you
yourself.
don't get the extra
Yeah.
magic damage now.
Yeah, it goes to
Yeah,
everything,
okay.
which it's like okay, but the old Ags was like the entire mid Lesh build was based around that because you just do like insane damage with the lightning storm. But yeah, now the Ags like 7th item, 6th item.
There's like no more reserve time here on Black and Yellow. They've used pretty much all of it. They just get their final ban in. More targeting of Ice here. Just like we saw last EG matchup. Look at this. Mars, Tide, Nature's Prophet, Beastmaster all taken off. Last there from Black and Yellow.
People
Like,
are
what is
afraid, man.
left? What is left for...
They're forcing him to pick Legion Commander.
Yeah,
You know what?
Who's left?
I've actually seen a lot of people playing this Monkey King offlane. I've seen Seb play it.
Okay.
I've seen some NA players play it. I don't know if Ice has been playing it, but you could run that depending on where they put the Timber, where they put the Tiny.
Ice's pub history. He's been playing Nature's Prophet, Lycan, Sand King.
Lycan,
Lots of
eh?
Nature's Prophet. Lots of Nature's Prophet. No, nothing about Monkey King, it looks like. Oh, there was a Monkey King game 22 hours ago. He lost, but he did play it.
Okay.
He did
Well,
play it. Yeah, and he played one against BSJ 3 days ago. So you know what?
probably won
You
that
never
one. eh?
know. Actually, he lost that one.
Oh,
I didn't want to
shit.
embarrass him.
That's
But ISS did lose to BSJ. BSJ, of course, NA's greatest player.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
joke.
So likely it needs to be a position 1 here. He's gonna go Ember. So that's the Ryoya hero in all likelihood.
Spirit
Alright,
for
well,
Spirit. But OD,
actually
now
switch it
this
up.
OD Timber
Right,
Tiny,
okay,
what's
this-
going on
this-
there?
Yeah, this is what they were going for. They were going for mass confusion with these heroes, like, and they've achieved it. I have no idea. I don't know.
The question is, have they confused themselves as well?
They may have. I think it's very likely the Caudal Ember are going to be together. That's the classic combo. You just have like infinite sleight and chains. It's a very nice combo, infinite mana. So that's going to be played in a side lane, but there's still this response pick to it. So you can still. Legion is good against Ember, but horrible against OD Timber.
What about Underlord? You get the root. It's something ISS used to play a bit of.
Sure.
Sure. Long-winded fights are pretty good for him.
The Timber matchup's a little weird because like Timber can kill Underlord, but the root, like you said, is really annoying for a Timber Saw. So you could like Viper. I mean, is Viper still available? Yeah, you could still do Viper and just like dumpster the lane with magic damage. I think Viper actually does well against all 3 of these cores that Black and Yellow have.
As an offlaner?
As an offlaner, yeah. They lack a little bit of disable if they do that on the side of EG, but I think Viper beats all the 3 cores.
Who's been getting picked a couple times in other regions was Darkseer. Some regions even kind of having some fun with his new Ags. It's kind of taken over as a Midas, the way the Ion Shell allows him to farm so much. But Haven't seen it yet here in North America. Has a winning rate against the Ember Spirit, but
Phoenix.
ooh, Phoenix is the last pickup, and that is our 10 heroes, gentlemen. I know it only feels like you have so
Wow.
much time to kind of take it in, but for what you can right now, Suns fan, tell us what you think is going to be going on for game number 1.
They can't kill egg ever. I'm gonna go EG.
I'm going to go
Okay.
EG because I think this last pick Ember can just get the shield purged by Enchantress. I think they're going to run the Enchantress against the Ember, and then Timber's going to be very sad against Monkey, and I think EG is going to win all 3 lanes. Maybe other than mid.
All right. We'll see how things pan out as we
4 lanes,
toss it off now to our commentator team. We have none other than Lyrical and Gods. We'll send it to him now, right after a break.
Hey, all you cool kids out there, Dota 2 going on, and Gods, we are back again. Another series, same day actually, Black and Yellow versus EG. How you doing?
I'm doing well. We had a little appetizer, but I feel like this is the main course. We get some EG Dota taking on one of the newcomer teams. And curious to see how Black and Yellow do against one of the obviously stronger or perhaps strongest competitors in the region.
Oh, level 1 Roche. It's happening. All right, no, it's not. They're just over there. They're going to run to Ice and try and kill him right at the start. And, ooh, that right click. Oh, he fairy fires. All right, he gets away.
He actually missed, but he didn't need the
Yeah.
fairy fire, but he didn't know that.
True.
So it's the reverse play. Usually it's the Radiant team 5-men smoking to the Dire triangle. This time it's the Dire team makes this play. We're seeing this a lot, I think, from some of the underdog teams that are trying to get like a sneaky first blood, get any edge they can, get down some deep wards. I like the coordination. I like the game planning. It definitely shows they're preparing heavily for these matches.
True. And that's, I think, something that you need to do against this team. The panel talked a little bit about, are they going to need to do something unorthodox to win? We even heard it in the, opening game that EG were kind of prepping for that, whereas Black and Yellow felt like, they're not insurmountable. We can take the win, but we'll see how it ends up working for them as Tiny makes the long rotation back towards bottom and Fly is going to try and push them out. So they're actually not going to run the Enchantress against the Ember Spirit. They're instead sticking her down here and want to secure Monkey King a good lane.
I think that's okay. I think Ench's job is more about securing the carry. I actually prefer this personally. And also, Ember doesn't really go Flame Guard with the Coddle.
Yeah.
More often than not, you see the slight plus Searing Chain spam. So I actually don't think laning the Ench top was necessary.
Well, and Arteezy already going to try and push back 0 a little bit as we see up top, securing that creep for crit. Yamsum going to find the chains actually onto him, and there's a lot of damage onto that Rubik. But he is obviously nice and speedy with his own boots and can head back over afterwards.
Yep. Tanya going to pull some creep waves. Fly just going to do as much damage as possible, and also probably try follow this wave in case it meets another creep wave. You want to make sure you contest the last hits, get the XP. But I'm most interested to watch this mid lane. That's where 2 of NA's best mid laners, Abed, honorary American, now that he's playing, has been playing the region for a while, going head to head here on a Storm versus OD matchup. And Storm so far crushing it.
Yeah, having a really good time. And, he's going to try and spam out as much as he can with this Arcane Orb, but Abed off to a hot start, 9-4. As you can see, the lane pulled all the way back by Flea to the tier 3 tower.
I don't know if that was the plan. Pretty sure it wasn't. I think the plan is you have the creep waves meet between the tier 2 and the tier 3, but because the Enchantress chased him, he had to run away. He was just dying to an Enchantress, so I think he felt like he just had to get back safely, and as a result, he doesn't deny any of his own creeps.
And this does mean, of course, that it's going to be a big double wave that's pushing into the tower for Arteezy and Fly. And top lane, Yamsum in trouble. He's just going to die. First blood, drawn by the bird.
That's pretty, unconventional dual lane, the Rubik with the Phoenix, but once they get a couple of levels, their magic damage output, definitely something the Ember, you kind of almost want Flame Guard against the magic damage, but at the same time, you then have no kill potential with it, so kind of tricky situation to be in. And right now, these lanes are going very poorly. Just 3 last hits, now 4 for Zero's Timbersaw. He is struggling down bottom.
Yeah, that is not where you want to be. I think the bigger struggle is definitely the Ember, though, right? 3 for him and none for Coddle, or I guess 2 for Coddle. But you can see that they're kind of making up for the last hits at least a little bit with the Tiny because they got that pullback. But that lane you talked about up top is definitely where things are struggling right now. I mean, it's just everywhere.
Both side lanes going horribly. We're going to see Rubik TP mid to refill Abed's bottle. He's going to be a happy camper for that. Even gets an extra bottle charge out of it. So Ryoya, this just feels like he's going to struggle here because he's never going to run out of mana, but it's just this constant harass, and Abed's going to be able to just pick up all these runes and have all this sustain.
True. Yeah, that's going to be very difficult to see where they go. I mean, maybe you could make some type of a play if Storm dives too deep and he runs out of his mana pool or something. You could turn around and drop the ulti, but it's not anything for sure. And going to be pretty tough. But other side lanes?
Abed misses 3 last hits in a row.
Terrible.
Exactly. It was one of those terrible situations where you're like 2 creeps are dying at the same time, and instead of taking one, he tried to get both. Got neither. Then he missed the range creep.
Yeah, it happens.
It does.
He was so
happen.
tilted about the other things. That's how it happens. Snowballs on itself.
He's doing great in this mid lane, and we'll see if he can get a 4-minute rune here. There isn't Astro, but Crit's backing him up.
Yeah, hard to walk through there. We'll take another little blast from the Illuminate as Flea makes the move over, trying to get a toss back. This would be a big kill if they can take down Abed. And Ryoya, good lift back by Crit. Still chasing Flea. Body blocks. They've been pretty sick. It's not quite enough, though. And actually, with the Illuminate build-up, this could be good. Abed.
Perfectly timed. Jubei recognizing the duration of the level 2 Astro, but now comes the retaliation. Fly with the double damage. Wants Ryoya's head for it. Won't get it.
Yeah, more body blocks. And now a toss back underneath the tower, possibly. Oh, is he going to get Ryoya killed?
Oh, I think they mistime this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, no, it hit.
Oh,
played. Dude, black and yellow. All right, first of all, Flee with those body blocks, and then afterwards the Illuminates timed really well on Jubei.
Yeah. Jubei is a very fun support player to watch. I mean, you watch his stream, he loves to play the old techies, but he's a very aggressive 5 position and kind of flashy when it comes to being a 5. Top lane, ice.
Wow! Dude, what a baller!
Outplayed.
That was sick.
And he's going to get the bottle refill. Oh, Crit. Not going to get there in time to snipe him. Okay. They were losing these lanes pretty badly. I mean, they kind of still are. Arteezy is just crushing it down bottom.
True.
But
yeah,
these kills, that's kind of salvaged the laning stage.
That was a tremendous win right there. And, pulling in Ice that much further. I think the biggest thing is, it salvages it enough where it doesn't feel like the game is just going to end at 20 minutes or something. And that's kind of how it was looking if something had not changed.
Yeah, if you win the lanes and then get the kills to follow it up, it's just like suddenly it would be a 3k EG gold lead. And instead, they're getting kill after kill. Fly gets sniped. Jubei 2-0-1 on a coddle.
This guy's killing it. Good stuff so far. Abed did head back to the jungle for a little bit and is not going to be able to get another rune. So, kind of relying upon those with this Storm Spirit, it makes his game a lot harder. And it means he can't go back to the jungle and sort of get farm as efficiently either.
Yep. And OD's going to have that Meteor Hammer at a very good time. This, Ryoya's best hero, perhaps, off to a good start. Even though CS-wise, he didn't do that well. He's managed to get these kills.
Toss back now. Flee. He had an illusion rune. They didn't know it was the real one there. And now he's going to try and go in that much deeper. Abed diving super far in. And they did have sanities, but did not decide to drop it onto that storm. I don't know if it would have made enough of a difference or not, but now they're going to queue up another one, trying to find themselves a kill on a Fly. He blows up as well.
This Jubei, you talk about Astro combos. I don't think you normally consider Illuminate a combo for the Astro, but it's sure as hell looking like one this game.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff. And then, of course, there's sort of a neat little synergy here too with refilling the OD's mana pool. Not that he always needs it, but just to build up that stack faster because he's gonna have Astral off cooldown that much quicker.
Well, now with the Meteor Hammer, he's got full mana. Anyone who comes here has to be careful. It's gonna be Abed rotating off the lane, finds the Ember top with Ice. That gets Ice an earn charge and level 6.
Well played. And Abed wanting to make these moves. You can still see in terms of CS, top 3 are being inhabited by the Radiant, but in terms of net worth, you take the look on the other side, and it's a little bit of a different story. It's mainly Timber that's the one that's being a little bit more hurt here, as you would expect with the Monkey King, and in fact, Zero is about to die as well. So, you know, still having a tough time on Timber, but the rest of those cores on Dire, it's not the end of the world right now.
Yeah, particularly, ODs come online, so Storm can't really go to these lanes if there's an OD there. An Astral Meteor Hammer combo can catch him before he gets a chance to Ball Lightning out.
Right.
And Ryoya is definitely a scary force in this mid lane. If you don't send somebody there, he's just going to start Meteor Hammering your tier 1 mid tower, so somebody has to try keep it alive.
And maybe that's where Fly can make the rotation with some creeps or something to pull the wave back, but we'll have to wait and see. It is a really interesting thing, though. Like the composition of Black and Yellow as a team. You've kind of got this, like, you know, really high level playing position 2, one of the most talented players in the entire region. And not that, you know, everybody else on Black and Yellow isn't also good, but it feels like, you know, this is a guy that's played in all over the place and for a bunch of really good, and for EG previously. And everybody else kind of working to enable him. And that's what this laning stage just felt like. Is Yamsun is going to be chased around a little bit more and does have a Remnant to try and back away, hide off to the side. Remnants afterwards. Jube keeping him alive. Arteezy jumps in, but Abed was waiting there. Everybody showed up top. And, well, one more jump through and Illuminate Blast onto the creep wave. But that's going to be the end of it. As Flea finds crit mid. And they've got the combo, hit the tower and the other one at the same time.
It was on cooldown.
Ah,
it was 2 seconds away, and now Crit gets the easy Astral still. That's a level 4 Astral. Really handy spell for Rubik to have, and Ice TP'd bottom to defend the tier 1 bottom. All of that, from my perspective, is because Arteezy makes a great TP top. The Black and Yellow side were rotating down bottom. The Tiny was invis. OD had a TP. They wanted to kill Arteezy, but he TP'd before the gank came.
Wow, what a stun on the land for the telekinesis, and Yamsun has to retreat.
Crit doing such a good job of keeping this mid-tier 1 tower alive. And I think that's what's been impressed about EG's rotations, is the way they've defended these tier 1 towers and avoided the key ganks. Like, if Arteezy gets picked off there in the bottom lane with an OD TP, things are looking pretty good, or at least even for Black and Yellow. But EG make sure they're the ones making the first move.
Right, and keep that momentum going the whole time through. And even when they do start to get aggression back their way, you see multiple TPs coming mid, and then everybody separates back out to go farm elsewhere. And now Arteezy up here on the top line. You see multiple heroes rotating bottom, and that includes the OD, who's here underneath the cover of a smoke. Ice. Yep. Has level 8, and it seems hard to
dive.
I mean, he still has Supernova. I feel like if he Supernovas, everybody's going to get here.
Yeah, that's the thing. He might die here. They're either going to TP to back him up, or they're going to just leave him to die. Interesting. He might be baiting, because he's definitely, if they go on him, he's going to die. It's just a question of whether or not he was baiting or not there, and it turns out there was no backup coming his way.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they don't have, like, I mean, the main catch is the 2 cores with Abed and Arteezy on the Monkey King and Storm. So if they're not there, you're not going to kill people.
And very guaranteed tier 1 tower. Siege Creep plus Meteor Hammer. Not sure what the idea was there for Ice. If they'd made a plan to, like, coordinate like a double, triple TP in with Storm and Monkey King, that might have made sense there, but yeah, he just got blown up.
Well, after that tier 1 tower gets taken, they move the Ember back towards mid, while more farming goes on a little bit here. And it feels like the pace of the game's starting to slow down a little bit now. Trying to get in towards that Blink Dagger for Ryoya. Zero already has the hood done, but now needs to go in towards the Yule Scepter. Sort of a couple of these survivability slash, I guess, chase down items in the version of the Blink Dagger.
Yeah. I think the worry for Black and Yellow, they are looking to find crit here, but he'll just disengage, is that Timbersaw is a pretty farm-dependent hero, and he is struggling in terms of net worth. The least farm core, compared to like an offlane Phoenix. Phoenix, without items, can still have a really big impact on a team fight.
Right. Oh, Fly drops the bomb just onto his face. The stun comes afterwards, but where's the follow-up? Ryoya jumped on. Can they keep him alive? Supernova's down. And just like that, they lose the OD. Might be able to have taken themselves another one here, although Yamsun realizes, okay, this isn't really going to work.
Is Ice going to go for this? Okay. He's not crazy, but he does get himself stuck up on the cliff. We'll have to probably dive or TP off.
He's really on EG now. That's how you know. But 2,000 gold lead here,
Yeah.
8-7, and crit stole chains. Yeah, I feel like just being able to get that astral at any point is going to be so good for them to have that hard save.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to keep the chains. It was very much just, okay, I just used Astral. Let's steal another spell and see if this chains can set up a kill. He's going to show it off in the mid lane. Actually, he does want it, it seems.
And
Wow.
big play there. That was sick. Really well done by Crit.
Instantly swaps over, well, stole the Tiny's Avalanche, so that was there if needed as well. You know, Crit is one of the best Rubiks out there.
Has an Aether Lens done at 13 minutes. Yeah, he's catching up to the Ember right now. With that kill on him, that really hurts if you're black and yellow, because this is your position 1 basically. Like,
Yeah, it's been a rough game for Yamson. I think like the Coddle rotating to kind of get kills with the OD looked really good for black and yellow, but it came at a price, and that's Yamson, who's kind of was left alone in that safe lane to fend for himself, and a lot of rotations came his way. So unlike Arteezy, he stuck to his lane, and I think what probably should have happened is that he needed to rotate to down bottom or to the mid lane.
well, and in light of that, they're going to be smoking up now on Evil Geniuses, and I guess trying to set up for a fight here mid. Is there anything that you can really do to stop this as black and yellow?
I don't think they want to fight against an Orchid, but
Well, it's going to happen. And he's still a long ways from Yules. He's just food now.
yeah,
That's what this is.
that is very troubling. Both, yeah, OD, Ember, I mean, Timbersaw, all these heroes are going to need some kind of defensive save against this Orchid, and it's just not there. And Abed with a regen rune is just cutting waves, getting full efficiency. Now it's kind of slowing down this bottom lane push. Suddenly you don't have to send a hero bottom to defend because you cut these waves. So very efficient play coming out from Abed. And he's still hunting.
Yeah, seeing where they're at. Big long dive in. Flea not going to be found. Ooh, but they get Jubei. It's an easy pickup there, and now bounty runes. Looks like they were also able to TP out up top.
Yeah, they almost picked off the Timbersaw, but narrowly escaped. It feels like black and yellow kind of in this game of keep away now, where it's like they're trying to get as much from as they can, and anytime EG heroes run at them, they're like, okay, let's get out of here. We can't fight. You know, they don't have a good team fighting lineup.
They find Flea yet again.
Oh,
He
so
is
close
going
to
to
the blink.
drop.
Oh, we got it. Okay.
Oh,
That
wow.
last
All right.
toss.
There you go.
I think
Jesus.
they're not done.
I don't know. It feels like everything that they do now is just whatever they want. Although Abed, nope, he's gonna get the kill. I thought maybe with like, you know, if he had run out of mana right there, they could make some type of a play. OD not near enough to drop the Sanity's Eclipse.
Just feels like there's nothing that really threatens Abed this game, especially when you're playing from ahead. If Ember was having a good game with the Searing Chains and the OD, maybe Astral setup, you have to play a little bit cautiously, but he is just so far ahead in terms of farm and levels that things are going great for him.
And Invis there is well picked up. 6,000 gold lead now. And next item soon to be on the way. And you can see black and yellow. They know that they need to make a move. They know that they need to get some kills. This is not the kill I think they wanted, but it's going to have to be the kill that they get.
Yeah.
As
Can they get
here,
Surely.
Surely.
Okay, yeah.
Wait,
Oh
they're
my,
moving
they're,
in.
They're
They're
using
moving
everything.
in. They're going on her. Okay. Little deadly, but they got the kill.
Okay. I think if Arteezy is there, EG just go in and fight because they committed, like, even the Meteor Hammer was committed for that kill. That was
Right.
a big spell investment, but they get the kill. It's just a support. They want more. If they can catch Abed here, that's really the big prize to be gained. And with a nice aggressive ward, well, it gets pinged. EG with a ward of their own to protect their jungle. They know exactly where black and yellow are. They know exactly where this ward is. And EG is just not going to give them any more kills.
True. Yeah, this is really good stuff. Moving around the map, dodging the ganks as they come in. They are outside of vision right now, so you might be wondering a little bit as EG where black and yellow are headed to. That's why Abed's hanging out pretty far to the side in the trees. But they show themselves again on that ward, and that kind of gives the game away.
Fly's not even going over to de-ward it. He has the sentry ready, but he knows they're still there. He draws circles on the map. He's like, look, if they're not showing, it's because they're right here. What he doesn't expect is maybe this mid lane ward. I like that black and yellow kind of doubled down, put two wards aggressively. really 3. They have a triangle of wards around this mid to bottom lane. They want to just try to get any kill they can, but EG are just so aware of all this.
They knew the ward was there. They go and get it away. Oh my god, Fly! Why you gotta do that to him?
Fly's just baiting. He's 0-5, but he's not playing badly. Like, you can't look at his kill KDA and judge his performance here because he has bailed EG out on numerous occasions.
Well, he just de-warded them and then all chat voice lined them. Like, I don't know what more you could be doing as a 5. You're trying to break the spirits. That's the whole goal here.
Oh yeah, and when you tank 5-man smoke ganks and they have to use every spell to kill you, I think that is pretty spirit breaking.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, 7,000 gold lead right now, and they are still fairly split up. Actually, going to start to split up a little bit on black and yellow because they have to catch this other wave here before they push out the bottom lane that much further. They're going to take that tier 2 right before that 20-minute mark, and you know what that means. I'm going to take the outpost.
Well, and this is just not a part of the map where black and yellow have any vision, so getting back that outpost is pretty impossible, I would say. They could go for a 5-man smoke play and try to take a team fight, but you just kind of have to expect EG are going to have high ground and vision advantage in that area.
Right. And particularly with like a storm, even if you went for some type of like a single person smoke into it, they're so mobile that they would get you and interrupt before you could take it back over.
And black and yellow, like, tactically, they're doing on paper what's the right thing, you know? Get down aggressive wards bottom, play around the vision, just camp these wards, don't let EG know exactly where this high ground ward is. They just don't care. They're just playing away from it. They're making sure that mid and top lane are pushed out, and they're just kind of ignoring what's going on down bottom. They'll even give up this tier 2 tower, potentially. I think if you're black and yellow, you try and pressure this tier 2 bottom with the meteor hammer so you can take the outpost yourself, but they're going to be a bit too late as the 20-minute mark approaches.
Yeah, just a second bit too late there. And as you said, the one thing is if they're able to farm the triangle and get that as well, then everything's pretty much okay as they're taking the mid wave and the bottom wave. So we'll probably see them retreat back towards their triangle afterwards, soak up all that farm, and then they're just sort of splitting the map. And then the big question, of course, becomes Roche, as Ice is already in there.
He's got the This is the item timing they were waiting for, was Deso, which I think Arteezy is basically itemizing to be able to win the game. He doesn't care about what's going to help him team fight. He knows EG are just being avoided, so get Deso, hit buildings, hit Roche. This is just the most efficient damage item he can get.
And there it is. Tower goes down. They can take back over their outpost if they so desire. But this is going to be the first Aegis now. And we're going to see if EG can sort of lock down the map that much better. Well, what's going to happen with it? They're heading back, anticipating somebody's in the triangle. Nobody's home. They're like, okay, well, they're over here. Scribble on the map. Kill some couriers. They're reading this perfectly on EG.
They finally decide, let's go take a fight. We have Aegis now. Fly's going to run him with a hood. If he dies, he dies.
And they find themselves played.
Nice recall out. OD will be kept alive, but...
Oh, anticipated it. Zero wants to run, wants to hide. There's nowhere to hide. Saving the stun. Ooh, wait a minute.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Zero. Okay, Zero's in trouble. Zero's dead. But he made him run for it. You know, get in that treadmill. Bottom. Ember in trouble as well, and he also will go down. Godlike Abed here.
Oh, still not having that Yule Scepter. You know, he saw them all TP, well, a couple TP top, thought he was safe, but Abed was still lingering around. Rio is looking for a kill here. Glimmered in. Unfortunately, Abed had already backed off.
Maybe they could still go for some type of a play. There's a big jump in, and Coddle going to find him. Will die to the soul burn. Flea tries to make his escape, but now stealing Avalanche, juking to the side. It will be enough for a moment, but only a moment. Oh no, they're not going to dive for him. Okay, good play by Flea.
Yep. Keeps himself alive, but feels like black and yellow are not making any progress this game. Unable to find any kills except for the poor Enchantress, and even those kills were long time ago.
Good ice here. You see in the mid lane? It's pretending to be an illusion. Oh, wait, now they see 3 of them. Never mind. Up top is where the fight's going to happen. Ryu gets jumped on, pops the ulti, had already used Astral, and they just explode the OD. Another kill from Evil Geniuses, as they are just walking all over him right now.
Yeah, and RT's just like, man, that's like his first kill involvement since the laning stage, so he's just happy to throw an ultimate. Doesn't really matter. Even with it on cooldown, I don't think black and yellow want to take a fight. Ice is a bit of trouble mid. May have to egg.
Well, he will.
Hits the egg.
Nobody, literally nobody. Jubei gets jumped on, and well, now stealing some more things. They're gonna try and dive in onto this one. Timber Chain, extra damage, and the good old Spirit Vessel secures the kill onto Timber. EG are doing whatever they want.
Yep. And Fly, the 5 position Ench is gonna, well, him and Flea bottom. Who's getting it? Fly doesn't want to hit it. Yeah, he's asking for backup probably.
He's trying to do it. Does he go for it?
Oh no, the OD's TP.
He's got 2 of them. He's got 2 of them.
Oh, he denied it.
Unbelievable. You know what? It's worth. Just GG out now. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. A turn? Okay. No. Is Fly even gonna die? Oh my God, Fly. Ew.
Okay, he does.
Almost gets out of there. But the chase continues. Abed's actually kind of low on mana right now.
Yamson wants the courier. Oh, he's getting juked by the courier.
Chase, they get the kill. They take down Abed. That's a ton of gold. Jubei got it.
But oh no, you're tier 3. You're Rax.
Yeah, there's things happening. Arteezy's like, guys, what are you guys doing? Why are you chasing them around? We're supposed to be fighting right now. We're supposed to be hitting buildings.
Black and yellow, you know, this is like the empty stats at the end of a basketball game. They're just trying to make things look a bit more respectable, and they're doing a damn good job of it.
True. Amsum now trying to get out of here. Has the Spirit Vessel still on him? Sleight of Fist tries to live. Not going to happen. Oh, wait a minute, though. Zero comes back in. Another catch Arteezy. He's got so much healing. All right, they need to run. This guy still has an Aegis.
You can 1v3 this.
Really, they have no mana on the Timber. Arteezy's still chasing. Wait, they bring back Renelia. That's enough. Oh, Zero.
No.
He dies. Fly comes back in. The buyback now from Timber. He's pissed. Avalanche toss, Meteor Hammer. Arteezy takes the ulti to the face. Is he going to go down? He's barely living. Arteezy tries to make it work, and he does. Jubei, can you be the hero? No. There is no escape from the Monkey Man.
Oh, so close. So close to making things look a little bit better, but Arteezy just had just enough life to survive the Sanities and turn it around. Didn't get the lifesteal from the Boundless Strike, but he just needed the stun to keep himself alive. Very, very heads up, you know. I think a lot of Monkey Kings there would have waited for the Jingu stacks before they Boundless, but Arteezy just made sure that he stayed alive, got the kills, and while that was all going on, they took a tier 3 tower as well. Didn't take Rex, though.
Yeah, I think that all started from Fly facing off against Flea, trying to figure out who's gonna deny the tower or not.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was the highlight of that team fight for me. Still.
Yeah.
I think he saw the OD coming, so he's like, "Oh crap! I just gotta try get this tower because they're gonna have too many heroes." And Flea didn't even go for the kill; he went for the deny.
Yeah, that was good. Ooh,
uh-oh,
deep dive. Yeah, we knew that this was going to happen. Abed's starting to go off.
Yeah. With the Bloodstone completed, 50 mana regen per second, and Arteezy in the front lines with a BKB 6-0 and 4.
Yeah, it's pretty devastating. Timbersaw coming on back. Flea, toss back, doesn't connect on the Fly. And it's the big tanky Fly up front and center who's setting things up for Abed.
He is so tanky. With the hood, Pupil's Gift for some extra strength. 1600 health with a hood is crazy.
Toss back again. Onto the Monkey King. Aegis had already been reclaimed. But it is going to be more damage, not quite enough. Stun comes out afterwards. Flea is going to drop, and the full set of racks are done. Evil Geniuses looking good. 20k gold up.
Not sure there's a whole lot black and yellow can do. EG are doing this without an Aegis. That's kind of the position. This feels like the first time we've actually seen them group as 5 all game because they just haven't needed to. They've been able to play multiple lanes, pick black and yellow apart, and they are ready to go. Abed a bit far away, but he can zip in from afar and will do a lot more damage. Nice dodge from Arteezy as the second lane of Rax may just be falling here.
Yep. And Meteor Hammer from the fog. Does it hit onto both of them? It does. That's not a bad way to start this one. Oh, but the Astral used by the Rubik. Crit trying to make something else more happen here. And the stun is going to come out as Arteezy pops the ulti. And, well, that is a whole heck of a lot of damage. As they're bringing them down one by one by one. They are falling. And GG is called clean as can be for Evil Geniuses.
Fun game, a very convincing game for EG. You can definitely, I think you can see the players are having fun out there, you know. Fly especially, getting to be the frontliner as a 5 position. This is one of those games where you feel like you're making a statement as a 5 position player.
Yeah, and he was killing it. Like the dewarding that he was getting done, all of the time that we saw him like sort of be that front line even early on, and then like not being the one that gets blown up, I think made a huge difference. And sometimes he did get blown up, and that's fine too. You know, if your position 5 dies and you win the fight afterwards, whatever, it's great.
Yeah, well, EG, I mean, we've seen that they can be beaten. They lost a game in both their first 2 best-of-3s against 4 Zoomers, as well as Sad Boys, but right now Black and Yellow, it's going to be a tough task ahead. They talked about in their kind of interview before the series, you know, this team is beatable, but they're going to have to draft and play better than that.
Absolutely. Something to consider for sure. And one thing to keep in mind, of course, is that the previous 2 series I saw from them, I think that they were playing in the morning. And this one, it's a little bit of one of the later games. So maybe, you know, waking up that first game, they close it out here. We'll see if they can do the same thing in game number 2, or if Black and Yellow have something else on their sleeve that they can pull out. But for now, going to head back to the panel after a quick break.
What's up, Dodo fans? Welcome back. DPC here as we finish our first match, first game of Evil Geniuses versus Black and Yellow. Evil Geniuses coming out on top, looking pretty convincing here. I'm back with Sunsfan and Jenkins. And Sunsfan, I want to get your take on game number 1 first. You know, Evil Geniuses make it look pretty easy. Some cute plays, though, in the early game by Black and Yellow, by Yamsun, by Jubei's Coddle, but it just wasn't enough to get it done.
Yeah, bit of a shellacking, gentlemen. Bit of a shellacking going on here today. You're right. We had the Astral into Illuminate that actually got Ryoya back in the game. He had a decent game overall. He was pretty high in the net worth. Unfortunately, he was the only one on his team. We saw Crit at a certain point just start to steal Astral pretty much every time, which is kind of Rubik versus OD matchup in general. And Crit started getting really involved and creating a lot of space for Arteezy to be able to farm. And I mean, this is just part of it, but the Timbersaw pick, we discussed it in the pick draft. Picked up really early, had pretty much no impact. Don't understand why it was even picked to begin with.
I agree. You know, like you said, Ryoya had quite a, decent game, but I would expect that given that there were 3 heroes sitting in his lane the entire time. I'm actually impressed that Abed had such a good game because it really seems like they identified Abed was the issue. They wanted to see what happened when they, tried to take him out. It was interesting. They basically sacrificed on Black and Yellow the 2 side lanes. Yamsun had no game. Zero had no game. And Ryoya did have a game, but it didn't pan out because they just lost to the 2 side lane heroes and then Abed anyway. So I appreciate the effort. I thought it was interesting, but it didn't work. It was something new, though, which is cool to see.
Is this the, do you guys see this in the background? Is this the new Poggers? Right here?
You pointing at yourself?
Pointing at the TV?
Are you asking us if that is the new PogChamp?
That would,
what is that?
This is just Chromecast. It puts random ass image. Usually it's just landscape. But now it's just a little PogChamp above me. Interesting.
I think that is it there. I see it in your background there. I think that's the one that they have now.
It's reacting to that dank analysis you're dropping, like, damn! Yeah, so...
Google's got that AI, dude. It's listening.
Well, now, if that was something new and fresh from Black and Yellow, I got to wonder now, what is it going to be for them in game number 2? If that was fresh and new, do they go back to the drawing board and pull out what they feel is just high meta? Do they even go more into that back pocket to pull out something a bit different? I await what they bring to draft number 2, gentlemen. But first, we're going to cut to a break. When we return, it's going to be game number 2, Evil Geniuses versus Black and Yellow.
I want to make a prediction here, boys. I want to make a prediction. I think that in like 2 to 3 weeks, we're all going to be complaining about how OP Earthshaker is. I think this hero is unbelievably broken and unbelievably overrated. I think the Aghanim Shard is completely nuts. You can one-shot creep waves by underrated. I think people go for it, but I think this hero should be first round pick, first round ban every single game. In NA, it's like it's barely touched. It's like it's not even in like the top 30 heroes in pick ban. I have no idea why. I guess people just like aren't experimenting with it, but I feel like you can throw it in lane with some like Venomancer, some Nature's Prophet, some hero that's going to do fine regardless, or OD, and then you just have this like ridiculous Aghanim Shard that permastuns people, Fissure from 2,000 billion range away with Ether Lens. Like there's some builds on this hero that make it feel not okay. 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to be OP. Everybody's going to be complaining.
I think it's pretty objectively. I say objectively as if there's been an opinion that is not objective in Dota, but probably top 3 shard in the game.
Okay,
easily,
actually,
if not number 1.
Up until this point, Earthshaker's literally ignored. Is that?
Last series he was picked.
In the last series, yeah. Moon Meander played it in just the last series. That may have been our first, though. I know I can't speak for all of lower division matches either. And I was also tracking pub play, and yeah, Earthshaker's getting a lot of games in, but not a lot.
As I got some bad news. I was indeed on the qualifiers page, so my stats are completely wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and
Thank you, Jenkins.
What big analysis here. Sorry about that, guys.
Hit that refresh button. Yeah.
Okay. I still fairly ignored, surprisingly. Yeah, still fairly ignored.
The point being, he's underutilized or not. as much as he should be. And as I mentioned before, there are other regions who feel that way about their own little passionate heroes. I briefly mentioned Darkseer, and it seems like every time I have Dream League on in the morning, Darkseer is making a good strong case for himself. So just gets me back to being more excited. I hope when Major rolls around, everybody's able to kind of be together, because it feels like we're more isolated than ever, and everyone in their own little petri dish is coming up with the meta in their own sense.
You know why?
Maybe they're peeking over and seeing what they got, but it's everyone's got their own flavor.
You know why NA doesn't play Darkseer? Because it's all about the duo between Darkseer and one other hero in the lane, and then the duo between Darkseer and one other hero in team fights usually. And in NA, we're all individuals. We got our personalities. People don't necessarily like to play
That's
with
true.
each other.
I mean, is that why we don't even see Wisp in general a lot?
In NA, yes.
Only a couple of specialists can pull it out, but in pubs,
People don't trust each
never
other.
see it.
People don't trust each other.
Nobody
Here.
trusts.
No.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, a couple of cores do come out since we last chatted here. The Wraith King for Evil Geniuses. This is probably one of the most meta lineups I've ever seen for Evil Geniuses here.
Yeah, true.
And then Morphling comes out for Black and Yellow. But yeah, I mean, this is 7.28 right now. NA.
So who's their last pick then? Who's the off lane?
Who is the most meta off lane right now?
For EG.
Bat Rider would probably be right, but that's banned.
Yeah,
Bat
Bat
Rider's
Rider.
banned. Enigma
Tide's
banned.
Enigma banned.
Oh, they banned Tide
Beast-
themselves, actually. Interesting.
Beast was out there in one of the later bans in the previous draft and is still out there now.
So they need something that does well against Morphling. You said that Ice was playing Sand King. I think that does really well against both Morph and Storm. You have the instant disable for them, and Morph. Like if you catch this guy out with Agimorph on or not Strength Morphing, he just dies. So
I was going to say Nature's Prophet. We haven't seen him as much for some reason. I think the hero's really good right now, but that would have been a decent last pick.
He's played a ton of Nature's Prophet recently. I'm surprised that didn't get banned till right at the very end there. He's probably been ignored. It felt like the first 2 days we were broadcasting, Nature's Prophet was like the hot flavor, and now he's kind of been
I think
ignored a bit.
Arkosh Gaming is ahead of the curve in NA, picking Nature's Prophet so early every time. Very
I think
strong
they
hero
watched
indeed.
they watched my I put a video out on that actually. Gremlo just copies the same build that I do. Silencer.
Oh,
Okay.
Jenkins, we
Last
just
series.
witnessed a silencer in the last series by the hands of Saberlight. One of the best core silencer performances of the patch, for sure.
Huh.
And I guess EG were just kind of watching from the sidelines there a bit. Oh, yeah,
I
silencer,
mean,
huh? I guess
That
you're against a Storm? You're against an
yeah,
Earthshaker?
Yeah.
Why not?
Man, Storm needs to buy so many defensive items. Just
I
to
mean, so
not
does
get
Morph.
destroyed.
It's like the same
Yeah.
heroes that destroy
Yeah.
Morph and
Oh,
Storm, right?
man.
Like they're countered by kind of the same stuff. I would actually wager that there's like a 50% chance that this pick is a position 4 that's coming out, because I know Zero plays a lot of Earthshaker and he's a fan of that. I don't know on this patch if he's been experimenting with it. And Yams and Zero, these guys are a dynamic duo. They've duo queued before. They're really close friends. I know they really like to do this Earthshaker Morphling combo. I actually duo queued with Yamson for a while, months and months back. We did Earthshaker and Morphling, and I can tell you, every single game I was 1-12 on Earthshaker, feeding, and he would carry me. So, okay, I'm interested to see who picks this. I feel like Flea is going to pick up the. Okay, never mind. He's the Earthshaker.
Hopefully.
Flea Shaker.
Okay, last pick was the Pango here. Gentlemen, the draft's complete. Take it in.
Huh.
More so, try to look over Black and Yellow side to see what kind of positive they could pull out here. It's hard to try to favor them, though, because EG just has such a star-studded meta lineup. Give me your quick take here, Suns fan, first.
Yeah, I'm going to go with EG. No surprise. Silencer's really good this game, even against Pango. I'm kind of surprised by that pick. You get like a Lotus on him or a Yules. You got to get a lot of farm on these heroes just to go against Silencer. That's position 3, not to mention the rest of their lineup.
So normally I would vote against a Silencer offlane, because I feel like the way you deal with this idiot is you just kill him, because he just walks away from you slowly. But with the Morphling being so weak between levels 1 through 3, I actually don't know how you can kill him. I feel like Ice is going to have a fairly free game. So I'm going to go with EG.
All right. Are we watching the meta continue to unfold and develop here with another offlane silencer? Let's find out after the break. We come back with Lyrical and Gods.
Hello and welcome back, all you fine folks out there, and thank you, our very stepping outside of their comfort zone, bold panel, picking evil geniuses to win. Gods, they're going crazy with their predictions over there. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's wild stuff here in North American Dota, you know. Who would predict evil geniuses to win a series? I don't know. Jenkins is mad. Suns fan is mad. These guys don't know what they're talking about.
It's true. I will say, I was not expecting the silencer last pick, but I think that they made some good points about, silencer really wrecking Storm, kind of destroying Morphling, depending upon how it goes. It could be really freaking annoying, but likewise, silencer not really the hero that's sort of the slipperiest in the world. I think that that's sometimes where Ice does the most damage. Yeah, he could still maybe make some good plays or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I love the hero player matchup as much. He's probably just going to own everybody's face, and then I'm going to look like.
Yeah, it is. I think what's the scariest thing about this EG team is this offlane duo of Crit and Ice Ice Ice. Like Crit is such a good aggressive 4, and Ice 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 is like the most insane aggressive offlane player in Dota 2. So it's like this match made in heaven to me. And I think as long as the fact that Crit's on this tanky frontliner for Ice Ice Ice, I think will make this silencer work.
All right, I like it. I like the analysis there. We'll see how it does. Down bottom, a little bit of a different one going off in the off lane from Black and Yellow. It's a Pango and an Earthshaker. And of course, Jenkins was talking about the combo that he had seen before of Zero playing with Yamsun and doing like a Earthshaker Morphling combo, deciding that they need to switch it up after seeing the silencer picked up, and it's going to be the 3 Pango instead, and then a 4-position Earthshaker.
Yeah, and they can still theoretically make use of that combo. Oh, top lane already early rolls in from Crit, just some casual harass. But, the Shaker Morph is just not what it quite used to be, and I think this Morph is going to have a tough time because you are playing against a lot of annoying heroes. The Silencer, the Puck, even Earthspirit with his silences can be annoying. It's a pretty tough Morphling game.
Going to be very difficult for them, and of course with the long range initiations, if Yamsun ever steps a bit too low in terms of these HP, could definitely be punished with that one. But they're going to be able to pull this creep wave back. Crit trying to bring it back behind the tower, and in the meantime down bottom, sort of the bash bros going on with the Pango and the Earthshaker. It's going to be hard to stay on target and sort of beat down Fly here. It feels like he's going to have a pretty free time just messing with them.
They're just harassing and poking whenever possible. I like what Fly does. Just uses the Illuminate, doesn't full channel it, so the range creep gets down to deny range, just does some light harass whenever possible.
Very nice stuff. Mid lane, Abed facing off against Ryoya. Ryoya already off to a much better start than we saw in the last game. So he moves forward, tries to maybe get a pull action on. No, doesn't have it yet. Just now gain level 3.
Yeah, even though we saw last game Abed win the 1v1 matchup perhaps more convincingly than the hero matchup should have gone, by no means is that reflective of Abed, being the better 1v1 mechanical player. I think Ryoya is a very mechanically strong player, maybe just had a bit of an off game.
Oh, and that was nice right there as well. Uses the pull to ensure that he can deny the ward in mid. And, level 6 being so important, if he did get that ward, that could be the difference between him getting level 6 before him or not.
That's gold that Abed invested to buy the Sentry. He saw the ward get planted because he had a ward of his own, and when you invest that gold, you're really hoping to, make it back. But Ryoya getting very low. He may just die here. Has got the Fairy Fire. And, fortunately, no point in waiting Rift just yet.
Playing that on a knife's edge right now. There is a courier coming on out, but this is a little bit tough. So he's going to have his bottle, but he's kind of getting boxed out a little bit. Needs to get this range creep, but Abed's not going to give it to him. And moving in, gets the first blood afterwards. Very well played. Oh, wait, maybe a turnaround, though. Now Abed, they kick him back underneath the tower with Crit here. Dodges the fissure. And now chasing down Fleet. Damn, double kill for Abed. That was sick.
Dude, Abed's so good. Unfortunately, that left Ice 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 alone, so he gets instantly gone on and brought down because Crit rotated mid. But it's well worth it. Abed is going to be off to such a good start with those 2 kills.
Jeez. You don't expect it. You never think that it's going to turn into that little extra bit, but it did. And, well, a whole level ahead right now of Ryoya. Definitely having a good time here. And, when he gets level 6, all it takes is one rotation from Crit, and that's going to be an easy kill, most likely, as they jump again up top, trying to take down Jensen. And he will be able to back out of there, as Morphling, not the easiest hero in the world to kill if you can't catch him before that attribute shift.
Pressure. They have got the regen on Jubei, so Yamsun can shift and heal up, but 4-minute runes are going to come, and unfortunately for Black and Yellow, it spawns top, so this should be an easy rune pickup for Abed. Shaker was camping the bottom one, but this time the luck goes Abed's way.
Yeah, and that was exactly what you want to see. If you're an EG fan, good stuff across the board right now, winning all 3 lanes, and then, it's not like they're having a terrible time. Earthshaker a little bit behind, but I think it's more just like it feels like the pace that they're playing at, they're kind of going to accelerate from here.
And I think this has been a kind of recurring theme. We saw it in the Undying series where they were the heavy favorites. These top teams are just way better at securing their carries farm. Arteezy has had uncontested free farm. Meanwhile, Morphling has had a pressured lane. So even though they kill Ice, they haven't fully given Yamsun the best time. And I feel like...
Ooh. Chase for it. Dude, and that's the 5-minute rune too.
Oh, no. Yeah, the bottle refill.
They got all 4 bounties. And now the roll through finds Jubei up top, kicks him back under, silence afterwards, trying to take down this Witch Doctor. Can they kill him in time? Although Ice, he might have gone too far. Jubei walking away, cool as a cucumber. Crit going to try and find him for the finish, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get it. Rolls off the marks.
He really wants those urn charges. That's an easy kill if they have urn charges. You just pop it offensively, you get the kill. But Crit unable to find his first charges.
Mid
They're
lane.
going in mid, yeah.
Yet again, don't get the illuminate damage, but we'll be able to find one more punch here. Most likely phase shift and jaunt away. Abed again does it to him.
Yep. Gets given the tango for some extra heal and a 6-minute rune coming up. No Black and Yellow heroes anywhere nearby to contest it. So Abed gets all the regen, will get the rune, and is now level 7. Dominating stuff.
This is a wild puck game. This is crazy. I mean, yeah, he's gotten a couple rotations coming to his lane, but some of this has just been outplay too.
Oh, for sure. He's just so masterful on his hero. Like, when it comes to the CS thing, the last hits denies, Rio can hold his own, but Abed just knows when to pick his fights and when he has the advantage. He'll keep the siege creep alive mid, so pressure on the tier 1 mid tower now.
Yeah. And well, back mid again, you talking about it, that pressure, they're going to try and alleviate it, throws down the fissure, but not drawing the creeps away. And at 6.5 minutes, I think they're coming close to losing this tower. They're going to at least need to deny it.
Yeah, it's gone. I don't know if Fleet can deny. He's just going to die. And
they have a glyph. Okay. Didn't use the glyph. That's fine.
Was it on cooldown?
No, it was definitely up.
Okay. Ice is in no man's land.
It was a classic.
Yep.
Perfectly fine. There's a couple more hits there before he ends up going down, but it's all setting up for Abed. Setting up the pins to try and knock him down afterwards. The TP out is going to be good as Abed chases Jubei and has eyes on the Witch Doctor chasing again. Coil is even going to be dropped as he tries to back away. Eventually, the Witch Doctor goes down.
Yeah, I think maybe you're onto something about this not necessarily being an Ice hero. He's still doing fine though. Like he's ahead of the enemy offlaner by a huge margin, and that's, I think, kind of goes back to what I was saying, where these experienced teams, they're willing to give up those deaths because they secure farm.
Oh my god,
another kill. Ooh.
The dynamic duo with Crit jumping in there too, and Abed is able to help clean that one up. And again, all of this space being made for Arteezy. 62 last hits right now, and taking a look at it, really high up on that net worth as well.
Yep. It's the, dream game as a carry where your team is just giving you complete free farm and also winning the game without you. There's no pressure on you to do anything right now if you're Arteezy. When your team's winning without you, it just gives you an extra 5-10 minutes to farm.
Good zip away there. Really recognizing the danger and backs out just in time.
Yep. I think it reveals the fact there's a ward. They just don't know where it is.
Right. Well, meanwhile, Ice back up towards the top, wanting to keep the pressure on, it looks like, is pulling the creep wave along with him as he gets into position. 4 heroes actually up top right now.
Yeah, Ice is only level 5. Like, that's where if they have a global silence, they can probably get that kill mid, but he's a bit underleveled.
Yeah. Fly comes back in, gonna spam it out, illuminate damage, and up in the river, in the jungle rather, they find another kill onto this Witch Doctor.
This is where having Kalo as a 5 can feel so nice, because a lot of the time you just have to give up your safe lane tower at this stage when the enemy rotates there, but Kalo's just the perfect hero to sit behind the tower, spam Illuminate.
Mm.
No, Ortizi's getting kind of pushed out of his jungle, but he's got backup, and it looks like they want to try to take the fight here, but Dire side with some good vision around that mid lane.
Yeah, they're playing it well. They're heading down bottom now on Dire, and they drop down a ward. Fly off to the side. They're going to try and hunt for him a little bit, it looks like. Zero goes for the roll-up play. Thought about it.
They'll find
he just
now.
accepts his fate.
Yeah.
Okay. So a trade, and not really anything being gained that much by the rest of EG. It's mainly just like spraying out and farming, maybe a little bit of damage onto this tier 1 top.
Yeah. It's a nice move from Black and Yellow. You want to get that tower, and getting the extra kill is really nice as well. So we'll see if EG make another move soon. They have got Puckstrom Call back up. Rune gets denied by Jubei, so that's at least preventing Puck from continuing his Rune dominance. But still tricky position to be in.
Yeah. They're really kind of huddling them up just in this side of the map over there, not really giving him much of an angle onto even farming that mid wave. It's pretty dangerous right now for Black and Yellow. And you know, when you're stuck to your own triangle and that's about it, this net worth lead is just going to keep on ballooning up.
Yeah. Going for the Witchblade on Abbott's Puck, very strong item for this hero. EG have got all the tools they need now to start taking some fights with the gold lead, and also all their key level 6s now.
Well, we can see the plan at least right now for Yamsun. He's trying to get into the Manta to deal with the silences that are plaguing him, and then afterwards right into the Aghanim Scepter. So this timing, we've seen it a bunch of times. Usually it's nicer when you're, starting out a little bit ahead, but you can pull things back around, and particularly when there's like super immobile heroes like the Ice Silencer, who, by the way, is about to get jumped on here. Roll out. Can they
He's
find him?
got backup though.
Trying to do something here. Echo Slam going to be used. The follow-up with the Fissure. Chase down dead, but can they get out afterwards? Coil only hits onto one. Crit trying to find himself another target as Zero TP's out, and Jubei also looks like he's going to escape. So they trade 1 for 1 there. Not too bad for Black and Yellow.
Yep. I think Zero just barely outside of that Dream Coil range. He did a good job to get the hell out of there once they killed off the SSI Silencer. So 1 for 1 trade. Definitely something you take as Black and Yellow. All about getting their Morphling online, but the concern is always going to be Arteezy is just continuing to free farm, and he is out farming your Morph.
Absolutely. And I mean, those little kills don't matter quite as much. Jubei going down. The biggest thing with that is just, giving earn charges over to Crit. He's got 3 of them right now. And when he eventually finishes off that Spirit Vessel, it's going to be a pain.
Yeah, it's definitely tough for Morphling. Even when he has this Manta style to get off 1 silence, there's just a lot of silences. Then there's a Spirit Vessel charge, so
right.
An AoE Earth Spirit silence, there's the Global Silence itself, there's the Puck silence. 3 of these heroes with hard silences to deal with.
It kind of almost feels like he's going to need like Manta and BKB, but then also he needs, the Aghanim, so it's sort of a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation, it feels like.
Yep.
But regardless.
Interesting Coddle build, the double fluffy hat.
Hey, I like it. I mean,
like the similar idea to the Ant, where it's like, I'm just going to tank up and be unkillable. Well, except he's a Coddle, so he's definitely still killable.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, it's I guess also sort of interesting, right? Because like bracers are garbage now, right? So what else can you get that's really effective as that? They find him. Damn, dude. Oh, and this haste rune with the Witch's Blade, he's just going to kill everybody. Oh my god, Abed is a monster.
Oh, he accidentally hit the Ancient with the Witch's Blade.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, they're still doing damage. That's Maledict. Oh, phase shifts it. Well played. Trying to run away from there. Abed still beating into them
Nice
over and over.
And then Coddle comes in with some Shack reduces with the cooldown reduction. Abed's still ready to fight. TP's top. He's hunting. He sees Flea up there trying to find a Blink Dagger.
God, used
He's gonna
fish
get out
already.
just in time, yeah. Looks like Abed won't catch him.
Okay.
Yeah, that Witch's Blade is just so much damage. The Storm got solo killed so fast by the puck because of it.
Right. Well, they're trying to set up now. Abed, baits out the coil, and now he gets recalled away. Oh, that feels bad. And they're setting up at the same time onto the morph. Silence is there. He did get the switch over, but I don't think it's going to matter. They got their eyes on the prize. Take down Yamsun when it was so close to being a kill onto Abed. And now black and yellow need to get out with 0 as well. Chases forward. There's the coil down, looking for more. Can they get him? Can they kill him? Needs a kick. Will find it, and a couple more punches end his life. Devastating. Wait, Jubei?
Not going to be anywhere near enough damage unless there's some kind of follow-up, which doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, he's got phase shift too.
Yep. Well, the game of roly-polies is won by the Earth Spirit there. Poor Pengo getting chased down, and black and yellow just feels like they're in full defensive mode here. EG just always having the numbers, using the Coddle recall well. Abed just, I mean, watching him play Dota is always a sight to see.
It's really been cool. Like, so many of the early plays that we saw there, and then, like, you know, I think playing with the recall too provides so much more potential for these like cross map things going on. It's just really neat. I like watching it.
Yep. Quick Arteezy check-in. He's 0-0-0. Having a blast, hitting some creeps. You know, I feel like EG's going to walk away with a 2-0 here, and it'll basically be like Arteezy didn't even play a game of Dota today.
That's kind of what it feels like, isn't it?
Hopefully we get someone else in the interview who was actually playing in this game.
Abed, not in trouble. They got the global out. That's going to cover him. Catches the coil now onto this morph lane. He's still staying out of there. Flea goes for the big dunk. This is kind of okay for them. But, well, Arteezy has shown up to play a little Dota now and going to beat him down. Finds themselves 3. They did lose Abed. That's at least something. Is Yamsun chased? He's out of there. How much gold was that?
Blink Echo coming in to bring down the puck. It was kind of an even gold exchange in the end, with Shaker, I guess, a little bit happy with the outcome there, and Pengo getting a good 500 gold out of the 5, but they'll lose a tier 2 tower, and it's pre-20 minutes, so EG can go and take the outpost. Oh, Rio, your bottom.
They got him again. Silence is out there and no defensive items, not even an Orchid. Yeah, his game was just completely stopped in its tracks after those couple of ganks, and has just not been able to pull it together since. There's his Orchid.
Also with the Witchblade. So it's so hard. When you get this Orchid and you're in this position where you're behind and playing defensive, it just feels like an item that you're not getting much value out of, because we're going to have to see black and yellow now smoke up, play aggressively. Otherwise, Orchid is just wasted gold. Their comeback comes from Blink Shaker and Orchid Storm.
Right. Well, and they have the Blink now, but no Echo Slam at the moment, and they actually kill off his courier. Oh, no. Another one. Tough stuff. Well, 17 minutes, a 12,000 gold lead. Evil Genius is definitely keeping up and just absolutely demolishing here in this game number 2.
Yeah. It's going to be similar to that Monkey King game where Arteezy's just going to hit a point where he's just completely farmed out of his mind. Nobody can out-carry him, and it's probably going to be like a 20k gold lead in no time, unless black and yellow can make a move soon.
The sauntering forward Arteezy will be stopped for a moment by a fissure, but eventually Abed cleans up the kill. Could look for more now. Who needs a blink?
Didn't want to drop the Dream Coil there, but they know they've secured this top tier 2 tower with the Wraith King and his Skelly Bros. Puck going on the high ground. Oh my god. Is he going to pay the price, though? Global Silence bails him out.
I don't think so. They got the Coddle behind to reboost all of his spells. Jumping afterwards, Silence. All right, Abed's crazy. Abed lost his mind. Are they going to lose everybody for this, or are they going to go too deep? Rayoya, Silence for a long time, tries to get away. Still taking all that damage over time. Rayoya will fall. Now Ice. He's also going to be found. So the trade-off here, Crit looks to escape because Zero can't quite find the angle on that rolly action back and forth. So they went a little bit insane.
Oh, back in
Okay.
mid.
They're
Crit
going
wants
for
this
more.
kill.
Oh, wait, he didn't get it off. Doesn't have a Manta. No, nothing. Yamsun? Oh.
The courier dying. He has the gold for it, but he doesn't have his courier.
Oh.
He will survive though. Crit, not quite enough damage, even with the Spirit Vessel charges, but you know, the SCA duo on this EG team, you know, trying to bring some SCA flair to NA Dota with some good old-fashioned tier 3 tower dives there. I love to see it. Abed diving tier 3s, Ice saying, I'm here, I'll back you up, drop a global silence and run in with you, but it does give some signs of life for Black and Yellow.
I love the energy. That's what you want to see.
And I think that's where, you know, EG in the past have been at their best is when they have that kind of crazy mid playmaker, you know, whether it was Sumail in the past or Abed more recently.
True.
It's definitely been a formula for success, particularly when you have such a kind of farm-heavy carry player in RTZ.
Yeah, and like creating, I mean, and we talked about it already with Crit as well, right? Like him playing in that off lane, you know, with Ice, and then if, you know, they can group up together and play with Abed, you've got just this maelstrom of action, and then Fly's there, you know, waiting to soak up the gank whenever, you know, the team smokes in towards RTZ, and they kind of just have all their bases covered. A little bit of chaos and a little bit of consistency there.
Well, they'll secure themselves a Roshan. The puck, Abed getting the Aegis. He says, this time it's mine, RTZ.
Oh my god, your voice got very loud. You're really excited about that one, as Zero is going to get brought down there again. And a 15,000 gold lead now as they find themselves another hero. Dude, his inventory really hurts. Poor old Pango.
Yeah, just the casual blink, but team fighting's the only option now if you're Black and Yellow. You're not going to be able to outfarm EG. And waiting for this Ags on Morphling just feels like it's too far away.
Yeah. Also, Flea only has the 1 point up in Enchant Totem right now. Oh, Global. Goes in on him. Finds him again. Can they kill him in time? Yes, indeedy doody. Amsum trying to get out of there. Already using the TP, so he will escape. But Jubei has to waddle away. Very hard to get out. Does he do it, though? Jukes, he needs him. Can't find him. I think they got him. Poor old guy.
Or Witch Doctor.
Oh, -4. Oof.
Oh yeah, we've got more in-stealing going on. He's got double Witchblade, by the way.
What?
Triple
What?
Witchblade. Our Ice is,
What is he doing?
you know...
Get a defensive item so this doesn't happen.
No,
he doesn't care.
He's good.
Yeah.
Well, he's not good. He's very dead.
The context of the game, he's good. Yeah, Yamsun, though. Super dead. Oh, the big echo. It's not going to be enough.
Yeah, not enough.
It was definitely not. And now Ray goes in again. Flea tried with all of his heart, but it was not enough in the end, as they're going to lose 3 heroes. And, well, Zero's going to try and cut the wave. It's about all you can do at this point.
Yep. I'll get tier 1 tower with ease. Abed still looking for more. 12 to an 11, just smurfing his way through the NA DPC right now.
What in the heck? Crit, out of stones, doesn't matter. Kicks him away. Here's that little ass.
That's my kill. And Abed with a Deso queued up, has the phase shift attack. Everything just continuing to look worse and worse for Black and Yellow.
I love this. I say immediately pops smoke and TPs out with his double Witchblade.
Yeah.
He's just
You
like,
know-
all right, I want to fight.
He's like the guy in your team who's like, you know, feeding away, but he's still getting carried, and he's the one trash talking the most in all chat, you know. I
yeah.
I mean, he's
Exactly.
impacting this game, don't get me wrong, but definitely
Yeah, he can press
stand
R.
up. Yeah, he
It's
can
good.
press R.
There it is.
There we go.
He got it.
That's
Thanks,
it.
buddy. Now roll in. And because of that R, they win the fight.
Yep.
Jeez. Well, a lot of damage onto these buildings. They've taken the other tier 2. Roche, you know, it was just claimed, and they've still got it for another a minute and a half now, but Abed's going in. He doesn't care at all. Kill me once, I'll only come back stronger. Silence, chase down. Doesn't even matter. They're going to be fine. And chase forward for more, actually. Arteezy It's the long stun. Jubei ends up falling there as well. Well, yep. That's a tier 3 tower, and that's likely a set of racks. Do we have the Aghanims yet? We're still 1,500 gold away.
And just 2 points in Enchant Totem still, so... Not sure if things are gonna just magically turn around for Black and Yellow anytime soon. They're not gonna GG out just yet. They're gonna go down at least 1 Rax. As you see Yamson just farming the enemy jungle, playing keep away.
All right, he queued up another Witch's Blade. Ice
Oh,
Ice
for
Ice is a
sure.
meme. Jeez. 25,000 gold lead at 31-9, and well, now they're settling down towards the bottom side. Still about 20 seconds left on this Aegis, so if they walk up there, there's a chance they could burst Abed. But I don't. Oh my God, he's just going in. Aegis being reclaimed soon. He's got another 15 seconds. Lots of damage out there. Crit thought about going for the roll-in. They hang out again for the moment. Jubei just being bullied under his tier 4 towers. Oh no. And now the coil. He jaunted in. He went in. This guy's crazy. Aegis is about to be reclaimed. It's going down now. He breaks the extra regen coming through for it. Crit. Getting a lot of extra damage onto him as well.
Abed.
Abed's just going.
He's
I
letting
mean,
his play do the talking.
I don't know. He's so wild. Like, does not bother him at all, that Aegis coming out.
With that orb speed and distance, he's just wreaking havoc, going in and out. Doesn't care about the Aegis being down. Arteezy shows up. But it's all Abed. This is the Abed show.
He keeps going for more and tries to beat down Yamsum. They will get that kill unstoppable. Everybody dead, and GGG is for sure. My God, that was a hell of a beatdown.
Yeah. EG just a few steps ahead, a few tiers above. Poor Black and Yellow, who, you know, expected outcome. Definitely one of the newer NA teams that is looking to, you know, learn from their experience here in the upper division. They're not going to be a team going through the major, I could say pretty certainly, but they're by no means slouches. You know, they're playing against the best team in NA. For them, it's all about, you know, improving week by week and trying to avoid that relegation. You don't want to finish bottom 2 because that's where, you know, suddenly season 2 you're playing in the lower division.
Yeah, and I think that this is a team that, you know, they definitely can. They've already won one of their matches against, you know, those other squads that they're planning on battling it out between. And I think that they can learn a lot from this match. Go back through, watch the replays like you're saying. Any other final thoughts for Evil Geniuses? They looked really clean today. I mean, there's little things that were weird, but, you know, that's them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I learned a whole lot about EG from this, other than, you know, some of their players are still the same players. Ice 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 is still a troll. Abed is still as insanely talented as he always was. I think for EG, you got to look forward to the real test, which is going to be Quincy Crew, and I think they even play Team Undying next week. So that's going to be a really interesting match to see.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go a quick break. When we get back, the panel is going to break down all the action. And I'm really excited to hear what they have to say, because they made some really bold bets again about that last one. But to a quick break now.
Back again with more NA DPC action here. Our day is just concluded with Evil Geniuses coming out on top. I'm back with Suns fan and Jenkins. Gentlemen, I see according to the lighting in your rooms, the sun is coming down and setting on yet another wonderful day of NA DPC action with an expected outcome here. Suns fan, Evil Geniuses make quick work of Black and Yellow going 2-0. Your thoughts on game number 2 in the series?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree that there was a bit of a skill discrepancy in that match, but I feel like from Black and Yellow's perspective, they made it a little harder on themselves than they really needed to, based on just their picks. I know it's kind of nitpicking at the end of the day, but like game 1, we talked about the Timbersaw, which was swiftly countered by the Monkey King and Enchantress for the lane, and then this time around you pick Storm into Puck, and then you leave open the Earth Spirit Silencer, and then you end up picking Pango later, which is countered by the same hero. So it's just kind of weird overall for the draft. Maybe it was just more of a pick heroes that you're comfortable with, as opposed to just looking at it from a, you know, purely this counters this perspective. Not sure, but either way, Stompy 2-0 for EG.
Would you say it was a shellacking?
Shellacking, yes.
Okay. Yeah, anyway,
Jenkins, anything else to add on every side?
Thank you, Jenkins.
You're welcome. I'll be here all week, guys. This reminded me a lot of the, back in the day when I would duo queue with old Yamson there. And yeah, we'd have the 15k odd gold leads against us, and he'd carry us on the Morphling. But unfortunately, this is not a pub game filled with your Jenkins Dotas and so forth. It's EG, so you can't just carry off the back of this ridiculous, cheesy Morphling Earthshaker combo. I don't even think we got to see them do it with the Aghanim Scepters. It's EG just won all the lanes essentially, and then Arteezy was farming while the rest of them ran around killing everybody. It was a shellacking, in the very least.
We're lucky enough now. We have Crit actually joining us on our winners interview. Crit, congratulations, of course. You guys are still sitting at the top now on your third series, scoring the win here against Black and Yellow. You yourself, great games on the Rubik and the Earth Spirit, two heroes that we know are signature to you. So I'll just open up with the question. Are you still enjoying your time playing Rubik and Earth Spirit a lot? Or are you kind of eager and hungry to try out something a bit different in the meta?
No, I think I'll never really get tired of Earth Spirit personally. Like I can always play this hero and have fun, and always like feel like I'm learning something new or improving. So for me, it's just that one hero that I can always turn to. Rubik is like a little bit more situational. There's definitely times where I'm not too happy to play Rubik, but I would say Earth Spirit, it's never really the case for sure.
And I kind of want to double dip a question here, and I don't want to speak if you're like drafting or not, but while you're having fun playing Earth Spirit, we couldn't help but notice that Ice is taking up the silencer in the off lane, which we saw earlier, of course, in our previous series. Did you guys happen to note that series and try to give the silencer a spin yourselves? Can you speak at all for Ice and his time enjoying the 3 Witchblade silencer? What was that like?
I mean, we saw the series earlier, but I would say it's unrelated. I mean, obviously it's in your head because you saw it earlier, and then you might like subconsciously think about the hero, but I don't think it's that related to that. I think it was just a really, really good silencer game, and it's a good lane with Earth Spirit too. It's a range hero, so it just made a lot of sense for us. I think Daryl is the type of player that can play pretty much every hero in the game. At least he thinks so himself, so it's very easy to draft for him. He's never really scared of like playing anything that comes his way, so it's very easy for me to lane with him as well. If I have some idea about what my heroes need for their lane, like he will always be ready for it.
I could go on with more questions, but I do have Sunsfan Jenkins here, of course. Sunsfan, anything for Crit?
Yes, Crit. First of all, congratulations on the win. Good start. Do you think like what's the best way to actually phrase this? What is your comfort level with the 5 that you have, with Ice obviously being the big addition lately? And is there a team you're looking out for specifically in this region? Or are you guys more basically what Arteezy said in the interview, you're more focusing on yourselves rather than the opponent?
I think we've only been practicing for like 2 weeks now. It's only been 2 weeks of us pretty much from the start of practicing with Daryl and Ice, or Daryl and Abid. So the first couple of series we had were pretty rocky. I would say it was a lot about ourselves, and we were not really played together. Like we weren't really playing very much like a unit. I think in the last couple of days our scrims are getting more clean. It feels like we're more comfortable with each other, and like we understand what everyone needs to do. So now I think it's getting more of a case of like, who are we playing against? Obviously some teams it's a little bit more focus on ourselves, like we got to stay focused and not underestimate opponents. Like today we're playing a team that we know we're supposed to beat, and it's a lot about looking at ourselves and not getting complacent. And then obviously when we're gonna play teams like Quincy Crew and maybe Undying, then we're gonna have to look more into them and make sure that we understand what they're gonna bring.
Jenkins, a question at all for Crit?
Okay, Crit, first of all, big fan. Watch a lot of your replays there just to learn the position 4. I don't care about the Earth Spirit. I don't care about the Rubik. What I care about is the single greatest, most viable hero in the game, and I know you care a lot about this hero too. I have a specific question for you. I'm wondering, why do you buy out smokes on Pudge? I noticed that on the courier, you'll send like at least 2 smokes, like 1 or 2 smokes on your first courier usage on Pudge. And that seems very specific to Pudge. Is there a specific reason that you do that you could tell me?
No, it's not really Pudge related. It's actually, if you watch my gamers class course, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that usually I just buy a smoke like instantly when I have the gold, because I don't like. For me, it's like a big like OCD trigger, or like pet peeve, or whatever you want to call it. If I see 2 smokes in stock, so like whenever in the game that I see 2 smokes, I'll just buy one. And almost every game, like I'll buy a smoke instantly, unless I'm playing some hero that needs like the gold for the lane. I'll just buy a smoke. So it's not really Pudge related. I think it's just Pudge is just one of those heroes where I buy the region from the start, and then when I have the gold for the smoke, I can afford to buy it.
Okay, very important follow-up question. How viable is Pudge in the current meta?
I think he's pretty good, but I don't think he's good as a 4. I think he's a decent core hero. Probably like an off laner.
I'm getting
some situations.
I'm getting dodged a lot this week.
I think it's good, but I don't know. I don't see other players that usually believe it's good playing it a lot. Like the player I usually look at is Sai, because Sai is like a person that will play this hero if it's like even close to being viable, and I haven't really seen him pull out the Pudge too much. So I'm not sure about it.
I'll keep an eye on Zai. I'll keep an eye on Zai.
Definitely be careful with that kind of permission you're giving out to people like Jenkins and pubs out there that saying
Shouldn't have said
Pudge
that, Crit.
is okay thing. I do have one last question though, because you were talking about it a bit at the very end. Now, obviously, Ice is the new addition to the team and your frequent laning partner. So I want to know, what's that been like as compared to your previous lane partner being someone like S4? I would look at both those offlaners being pretty different in temperament. Ice maybe a bit more aggressive. So how is this new duo working out? Do you like it? Is it a bit different? Give me your thoughts.
It's very different from what I've had previously. I would say that the most similar offlaner that I've played with was probably Moon, and that was a while back. In terms of style, other than that, like both S4 and Universe are like both very conservative in a way. Like they play the traditional heroes, like they all do their job, and you can always rely on them. Where Daryl is more like an X factor in a way, and I think that's a good thing to have. But he's also reliable. Like it's very easy for us. Like if we need something from him in a game, like he will know it. He doesn't really need to be told. Like if he needs to be like that X factor, if he needs to be like the stable like aura team fight offlaner, then he will do that. So he's very knowledgeable, and he understands like the different types of roles that I think makes offlane like one of the harder roles. There's a lot of difference in the type of heroes and the roles you might play like between the games, whereas other roles are kind of like, if you're a mid laner, you're mostly the same role. If you're a carry, it's mostly the same role every game. Offlaner tends to vary a little bit, and he's very good at reading the game in the draft and what he's supposed to do.
Are you in NA or EU right now?
I am in Copenhagen.
Okay, so you have yet to experience firsthand the Ice boxers socks.
Yeah,
combo, right?
I haven't experienced it now.
Are you excited about that?
I mean, I haven't heard about it before now, so.
I mean,
really?
There may be a day in the future you're going to be on stage in a box, look over, and suddenly see Ice just with boxers out, and you're going to be like, "Wait, we're about to lane together." Are you okay?
Oh yeah.
All right, dude.
I can remember it now. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely seen that. I've seen it before. I just didn't think about that I was going to be part of that now.
And now he's thinking about that tonight. So he's like, "Oh God, when we get back to LAN, I'm gonna be in there with Ice with no pants on." Good shit, Crit. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer some questions with us. Congratulations again to you and Evil Geniuses. We look forward to next week. You guys are gonna be playing against Undying in an incredibly hyped series next Sunday. So we look forward to that. And thank you again.
Thank you. Bye bye, guys.
Shouts again to Crit. Go give him some love on Twitter. Go give him a follow on Twitch. He streams often. A great guy, a lot of personality, and one of the best 4s in the game. Gentlemen, that concludes our action for today. So why don't we just do a bit of a recap here on where we currently stand in the NA DPC upper division based on today's results, because there's been a little bit of a shift around. The people at the top, well, they're sitting mightier on the mountain, and some of those at the bottom, well, they have a steep hill to climb here. So with Evil Geniuses getting that win, they are now 3-0 up at the top. Undying got the win earlier, and they are going to be nipping at their heels. These two go head-to-head next Sunday, so we're looking forward to that. And obviously there at the bottom, 5-man Midas now dropped to 0-3. They are at risk of being moved into that lower division if they can't string together a couple of wins. But Gentlemen, looking at this, any new surprises? I think things are still continuing to develop as we expect, right, Suns fan?
Yep, pretty much. Sad Boys only played one time thus far, so haven't gotten to see what their form is like. I mean, we talked about it before that. Who was it? It was IX Mike saying that they're not too worried about Sad Boys as a team in terms of top even 4. They put Undying ahead of them, so we'll see if Sad Boys has anything to say about that. That's the one I'm most interested to see at the bottom 4 right now.
I'm actually most interested to see this Undying team and where they end up, because from the little whispers that you hear on the streets, Undying is really like rocking other teams in scrims. So and from the brief interviews that we've had, a lot of teams put Undying as like top 2, top 3, which is really cool, because I think most people that look at this bracket think, for the most part, it's going to pan out with like EG, Quincy, Zoomers, then Undying and Sad Boys, then Black and Yellow, then A-Team, 5-man minus, which is generally true. It's just that really Undying is the one team that I think has possibly moved up a tier, which is really cool. That they've been able to develop that chemistry. Good for them. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do by any means.
Yeah, there's a very hungry 3 or 4 teams there who are trying to get a piece of that second position with Undying, with Sad Boys, with 4 Zoomers and such. They all want that second place. Evil Geniuses, though, I mean, they drop one series and this whole league just bursts wide open suddenly, and anybody can get a playoff spot at the major. So that's why we're seeing so many people come by and tune in to an EG series, including all the other teams, because not only are they looking for weaknesses, they're hoping for that one crazy upset that gives them that chance to slide right in. But but Evil Jesus, they're holding strong here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's to come here. We have the schedule of the week. Today we've just concluded our Thursday bit of action, halfway through week number 2. We will return on Saturday with our lower division coverage. Shoutouts, of course, to Neff and to our Cryptic bringing us the coverage. You can't miss that. Go check out Felt versus the Raiders and Arkosh versus Simply 2 Based. I'm actually pretty intrigued about that second series there. And then we'll come back again on